Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we are doing another tarot reading, and this time we are going to get some messages that are coming through urgently from your spirit guides. They just want to have a long in-depth talk with you if you were guided to this reading. So what will be covered in this reading: first we will do 10 oracle cards to see what messages your spirit guides have for you. Then we'll go into some tarot to allow your spirit guides to paint whatever message or story that they want. And then we will give an introduction to you to a divine feminine spirit guide that is working with you. Then we will get some messages from your ancestors and past loved ones, and we will finish off with a postcard from Spirit, Universe, God, whatever the heck you want to call it, the collective everythingness. So whenever you're ready, take a look at all three of these images with a weird flower on it. Guys, I don't know. I'm like half asleep when I made these. We have group number 1 with the misty mountains and a rose. We have group number 2 with the not so misty mountains and a white flower. And group number 3 with a mountain house and some wheat. Whichever one of these groups is calling out to you, that you feel most intuitively drawn in towards, that is your group, okay? Just follow your intuition. Don't think too much about it. Just whichever one you feel most drawn to. This is definitely a reading where you might feel drawn to more than one of these groups, or maybe even all 3 of them. That's perfectly fine. Once you've selected your group or groups, you can either skip ahead to your reading using the timestamps or watch through. I also just quickly say thank you to every new subscriber that joined me this past week. Hello, welcome. I do pick a card readings like this at least once a week, and I love to sprinkle in some spiritual chit chats here and there. So thank you so much. If any of you ever want to support the channel, I accept donations down below. Obviously, at the time that I'm filming this, I don't make a ton of money from this channel. Or you can also get a personal psychic reading with me, one-on-one. The readings are very similar to the readings that you see here on YouTube, only I'm focusing on just your energy, so it's very special. I also offer spiritual life coaching sessions where you get a weekly 1-hour reading one-on-one with me and email correspondence every single day, and you focus on whatever questions that you have. So those are my offerings. I hope you enjoy them. Also, the Goddess Energy Intention Oil, there is still just a few left if you would like to get your hands on one of them. Yeah, let's dive into the readings now. Hello, group number 1, and welcome. Let's see what messages you have from your spirit guides during this time. This is going to be such a deep and thorough conversation with your spirit guides, so make sure you stretch and have some water and really listen into this reading. Make it a little ritual for yourself. First card out for you is the Jaguar in reverse. So right off the bat, we have a spirit animal guide coming through the Jaguar. You may be a cat person or someone who, by cat person, I don't even mean that you have cats. You know, some people just are cats in human form. I don't know how else to describe that for you, but this spirit really comes through to tell you to trust your instincts and act on them in the present moment, okay? The number 28 might be important for you guys, 28th of this month that you're watching, or you might be 28. Some of you guys might be going through your Saturn return as well. There's something with your Saturn here. The planet of Saturn rules over your limitations and the areas of your life where you truly have to work hard to accomplish your goals in that area. And once you do actually put in the work, you can actually become really strong in that area. So for example, if your Saturn is in Taurus, which rules over money and possessions, you may have a difficult upbringing when it comes to having money, or your health might not all be there, and you have to work extremely hard to manifest that. But once you finally do, you could be like a millionaire. You know, you could be top percentile of prosperous people. So even if you're not into astrology, maybe take a look at your natal chart. You know, you can literally look up like natal chart calculator. There's plenty of websites to do that, plenty of apps to do that. And just take a gander at where your Saturn is at, because I am seeing Saturn coming through as a strong spirit guide for you at this time. I call him Granddaddy Saturn because to me Saturn appears as like an older male, like a grandfather who's really like tough love type of energy, hardworking, you know, maybe even a bit conservative. it would like all everyone's grandparents, you know, they have an old-fashioned way of looking at things. You might not agree with them, but they kind of instill this work ethic, this work for what you got type of mentality. So Granddaddy Saturn is coming through as a spirit guide for you. So go ahead and check out your natal chart, see where he was when you were born, and that may give you some indications as to what you are going through during this time in your life. And they're pairing up with the Jaguar spirit to tell you to listen to your gosh darn instincts, okay? Oh my gosh. Do not be questioning what you know to be true, what you know deep down inside of you. Do not question that. That is the medicine of the Jaguar, to get back in touch with your instincts, okay? Whew. We have shadow coming through. The number 37 may be of importance as well. Wholeness, integration, repressed emotions, and mystery. Some of you are definitely feeling guided to do some shadow work at this time. And for those of you who aren't familiar, shadow work is essentially diving into your subconscious reasonings for doing things, the emotions that you keep buried deep within that you haven't really worked through yet. You may feel guided to work through them right now, okay? I don't know why, I really want to read the Jaguar card from the book. Here's what it says. So when it's in reverse like this, it's giving you a medicine that you can use to heal your soul. What in your life needs to be released? Have you carried around with you for far too long? What have you carried around for far too long, which is ready to be let go of once and for all? Jaguar medicine is available to heal the fear so you can allow it to go. It's time to come out of the shadows and end the shadow games. Wow. It literally says that, guys. End the shadow games, and you have the shadow card. That's crazy. That you may have unconsciously agreed to play. Call on Jaguar to unfetter you from toxic relationships and recover your natural instinct for the right people and situations. This is what needs healing within you. You guys keep choosing crappy partners, crappy people to keep in your life and your energy. And the Jaguar spirit is saying, please use my medicine. Please listen to what I am saying. Big cat energy in general. Cats in general. People who have cats, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They sense vibes, okay? If the vibe is not correct with someone, they do not go near them. They do not want any parts of them. Nope, no thank you. Their instincts are so sharp. And you have those same instincts. You're a cat person. You got cat spirit energy in you. And you've been out of touch with that energy, which is why you've been attracting these toxic situations and people. Okay, so call upon your Jaguar spirit, your cat spirit, to help you hone in your instincts again. So you can say, you know what, the vibes are off with that person, and I'm not sticking around to see why that is. I'm not waiting around. I feel like that's the biggest thing. With so many people who have these natural psychic abilities at first, you know, you actually have these instincts like, that's a bad situation, this is a bad person, but then you justify them away by saying, but they haven't done anything to prove that, you know, maybe I'm in my head. Those little justifications and logically analyzing your instincts will cause you to not listen to your instincts, and that's how people end up murdered, okay? Not saying that's gonna happen to you, but like straight up, I cannot... Like, it makes me want to cry sometimes. I cannot emphasize how important it is to hone in your psychic abilities and listen to your gosh darn intuition, guys. I feel like you're at a stage in your life where your spiritual lesson that your spirit guides are kicking into your brain right now is to listen to your gosh darn instincts. Oh my... I'm very passionate about this. I feel like your spirit guides are really trying to drill this message into you because, like, to me, I'm getting, like, time wasted. Some of you might feel like you wasted time, for example, on a relationship. You might have stayed with someone for a lot of months, a lot of years. And in the very beginning of that relationship, you had all the signs, all the intuition, maybe even dreams that told you this is not the person for you. They are not healthy. They're not good for you. Or same thing with a situation. Like, you had those signs, you ignored it, and now you're saying, I think I wasted my time here. Like, And Spirit's saying, first off, nothing's technically a waste of time. But yeah, we can avoid this in the future. Yeah, you sure can avoid this in the future. Oh my gosh. This just reminds me of my own situation. I was in a relationship for like 2 years, and literally, you know, I work as a psychic. That doesn't mean I listen to my own intuition when it comes to my own life. But I was literally having dreams that told me exactly how this relationship would fold out. The person themselves told me exactly what all their red flags were. They literally said, yeah, I have commitment issues. And I'm like,
oh no, it's fine, like we can work through that. It's like, no, people literally are so honest. Like the majority of people, they're pretty honest. They'll tell you exactly why they are not compatible with you or why they are compatible with you pretty early on. You know, they show you who they are within like the first 3 months. Guaranteed. Like 99% of people will show you or tell you exactly how your relationship will end or thrive in those first 3 months. So listen to that, listen to your dreams, listen to your instincts here, okay? If something feels off, it is. Oh my God. I just remember that relationship. I literally, every reading I did on that, I got the lovers reversed. I had dreams. Oh man. Caring connections. Okay, there's a lot coming through about relationships here, so I feel like that's what Spirit wants to talk about with you today. I feel that there is a beautiful, wonderful, amazing connection in the works for you, whether you know this person already or not. This is someone who truly cares for you, and I feel like you're kind of coming out of a shadow period of your life where you were like kind of sticking around with people who really didn't care about you and trying to convince yourself that they did. And, you know, Spirit is helping you kind of process all of that so you can integrate the lessons learned there, integrate the shadows there. And to me, many of you have learned what you needed to from this messy situation to, oh gosh, almost dropped that in the fire, to recognize when someone has green flags, when they are healthy, when you are compatible. And they're out there, guys. You know, your compatible partner, people, it could even be friends, family, whatever. They are out there. And I feel like what your spirit guides are teaching you right now is going to help you very logically, very clearly, very confidently be able to see and recognize these people when they enter your life and not be questioning it, not be confused by them. Like, it's very clear, like, we are compatible. This person has green flags. They seem interested. We want the same things. Like, this is great. And then when you get in that situation, you really can enjoy the process. And it'll be really healing, especially for anyone with anxious attachment style, avoidant attachment style, disorganized attachment style. When you are able to integrate the lessons you learned from your past, learn the green flags, learn to trust your instincts, like all of these factors, all these different lessons come together and kind of heal how you view relationships at the core of your being. We have divine timing coming through. So Spirit is saying, yeah, you had to go through this darkness in order to get here. The divine brings things in timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. Yeah, so your spirit guides are saying, like, it wasn't a waste of time for you to be stuck in these toxic energies, okay? Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be down on yourself. That was not a waste of time because you kind of needed that experience in order to learn and in order to energetically, vibrationally harness these beautiful connections anyways. You wouldn't have been able to do that before these more toxic relationships and situations came in your life because, I don't know, maybe the way you were raised or the traumas that you've dealt with, like you just weren't energetically in a space to hold, be committed to, and allow beautiful relationships to thrive. So Spirit had to put you through these like kind of learning karmic type of relationships and situations so that you can learn what you needed to, see what you needed to, experience what you needed to in order to achieve more happiness, more love, more beauty. Okay, we have facade with the solar plexus chakra. This to me is showing your feelings in this past connection or this connection that you're like reaping or, you know, getting out of your life. To me, it was like you saw all the beauty, all the potential in this person. You were really convinced that they were a great, kind, wonderful, charming person. Spirit wants to say what you saw in them is actually who you are. All of the love, all the light, all the beauty that you saw in this person, which was actually a facade, you know, you were seeing them through fog. You were seeing them the way that you wanted to. You were projecting what you wanted and who you are and the love that you give onto this person. It was a facade. They were not who you thought they were, okay? Spirit is saying you're a beautiful, stunning person, and because of that, you see the beauty and the light in everyone. You have to understand, like, when people suck as an individual, as a person, like they just don't treat people right, they're selfish, they view the world in such a negative lens because they think that everyone is just like them, you know, just only out for themselves, selfish. And that's another thing you can look at when you meet new people. See how they view the world. Some people, it's a honestly personal red flag of mine, and I don't know if psychologists will agree on this, but I think that when people view the world in such a negative lens, like they think the world is just this violent, scary, dark place, that's a red flag to me, because it's like, what's going on in your own head? How are you viewing other, like, it just, I've dated people like that in the past, and they always turned out to be really selfish people. And I have had the opposite problem in my past. I used to be so innocent, naive, like loving everyone without boundaries. Which is equally a red flag, but for different reasons. And I saw the beauty and charm and grace in everyone. Like I was so trusting, like, oh my gosh, the world's a great place. I was projecting my own love into the world, which was also unhealthy for different reasons. So I don't know, I'm seeing you in a similar scenario here where it was like, you were kind of just projecting your own beauty onto other people and not really seeing them clearly. They might not have been as good as you are, to be honest. All right. We have the deer spirit. This makes a lot of sense for you, because the thing is, I feel like you have fallen prey in your past to other people's unkindness or selfishness or just overall toxicity. And I feel like that might have been due to either like lack of experience, being over trusting, or having poor boundaries. You know, the people with strong deer spirits. First, I love the deer spirit. Can we just talk about that? Like, beautiful. You must be physically beautiful as well. You might even have significant earth placements, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but you don't have to. I just feel like you're such a graceful person. You allow people to be who they are, and you're very down to earth. There's like a majestic side to you, a more spiritual, deeply connected side to you. Like you see the magic, the spirits, and the beauty in everyone and everything. You know, you're not a surface level person. You go very deep. But I feel like the problem you were having before is that you didn't quite realize at a core level that not everybody goes as deep as you or is as trustworthy as you. So that might have been a learning point for you. The deer spirit is coming through as a spirit guide as well. And you know, I just love the deer spirit. I don't know. I'm from Pennsylvania, so I see them all the time. And they are just so stunning, magnificent, like guardians of the woods. And I just love that they're coming through as a spirit guide for you, in addition to the jaguar, because these are two very different animals here. And, you know, I feel like the deer spirit was with you most of your childhood. Like, I'm seeing you running around barefoot as a child, and, like, I'm seeing a deer spirit with, like, I don't know, a trail of, like, flowers and, like, leaves kind of going off of its spirit body, like, chasing you, playing with you. Really beautiful spirit who brings magic into your life, nuance, depth, and personality, like very playful as well. You're probably a playful person, really in tune with your inner child. So this deer spirit has been such a good friend to you for your entire life. And they're still going to remain in your life. But I feel like at this particular chapter, at the time that you're watching this, the jaguar big cat spirit is really like, you need their wisdom, their lessons right now. So, I mean, this deer spirit is always going to be here. And in fact, I'm seeing you aging beautifully and this deer aging beautifully alongside you. And I don't even know how to describe the feelings, the visualizations I'm getting here, but they're going to constantly be in your life. Like, they add this personality trait to you of just being so in tune with your surroundings. And just, I don't know how to describe it other than magical. Being very magical, spiritually aware, connected, beautiful, mystical energy. But right now you need to learn from the jaguar, because they're going to teach you how to hone in those instincts even more and take a more offensive energy in life, where you're no longer the victim. You're no longer, you know, just going along with what everyone else says. You have your own goal, your own destinations, and you're going for it. You're standing up for yourself, and you're really able to tune into the motivations, the energies that are hidden that other people give off. You know, I feel like your mediumship and your psychic abilities are honing in at this time, which is such an important trait, guys. Oh my gosh. I wish schools, and this is going to sound so weird, I wish schools would actually teach this stuff to other people, because honestly, like, if you have a strong intuition that you know how to listen to, everything else becomes so much easier, because like you don't have to use your brain as much. As weird as that sounds, like sometimes I just intuitively make decisions without overthinking them, and they always end up being the right decisions, you know? You don't need to rely on logic all of the time. If you relied on people who do rely on logic all the time, they honestly like don't know that much, in my opinion, because the human brain is so puny and can only hold so much information. Whereas intuition kind of is what connects you to your higher self, who can see past, present, future, and all the different people and situations in your life. They're viewing your life from a higher dimension, so they could see more, okay? And you might not be able to perceive reality from that higher dimension because you are tethered to this human body that is very limited. But that intuitive nudge is kind of like a message from your higher self. Okay, I'm going way too deep now. We have chaos and conflict coming through. Yet another spirit animal, 2 spirit animals here. We have the zebra and the giraffe. And yeah, 33, the number 333, repeating threes might be important for you as well. I just feel like you were in chaos and conflict. I'm seeing you exiting a relationship or situationship that caused a lot of internal confusion and chaos. Whenever you're really confused about a relationship, to me, that is always a sign that there may be something wrong here. Confusion is the opposite of intuition. Okay, so when you're in a healthy relationship, you should be really clear on where that person stands, where you stand. There's no confusion. I feel like that confusion and chaos, conflict element comes in when actions no longer match words, which, by the way, is manipulation, or when there's just hidden things that you're picking up on from a psychic intuitive level that aren't being shown on a physical level, which again is not healthy. You know, it doesn't matter if psychically you can sense that someone really loves you, cares for you, whatever. Like, that does not matter. It does not matter. What matters is what they are doing to show it on the physical realm, because we are here as humans having a human experience. And it really doesn't matter if you can pick up psychically, intuitively on the 5th dimension that someone has stronger feelings for you, or they would make such great wifey, hubby material, and blah, 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 blah. Does not matter. If they are not showing it right here, right now, that's all. The present moment is all we have, guys. In this reality, that's all we have. Some of you guys, I feel like you were not a human or like even tethered to this earth for quite, well, time doesn't exist in spirit, but say it does exist in spirit. For a long time, you might not have been on earth, okay? I see you spending quite a lot of time in the higher realms, like what you would call spirit or heaven or in between worlds or whatever you want to call it. It has a different name in like every culture. You spend a lot of time there. You spend a lot of time in different lives, in different realities, planets, etc. This is going to sound so crazy to some of you, but hear me out. So I feel like that's why you may struggle sometimes when your intuition picks up that there's something deeper here, or you can kind of tune into your light worker abilities to read into the best possible future path of something, and you kind of go off of that, aka that would be called falling in love with potential. So I feel like the physics are a bit different in spirit, where what you feel is what is. You know, that's just what it is. What you're experiencing in the present moment, like that is it. You know, you think of the surface of Mars, for example, and you immediately go there if you're a spirit untethered to a body. So it's a little different. That experience is a little different. And when you get incarnated in this physical form, your mind, your psychic intuition can still do that because you're still a spirit. However, your physical body can't do that. So it can create confusion because you might be psychically picking up like, this person loves me, they're, you know, we have all this potential, all of these future paths exist where this is happy, but like if in the present moment that's not happening or that's not being shown, that's what you need to ground yourself in the present moment. And that's when we say ground yourself, that's literally what we mean. Like, what's going on right here, right now, act as if that's the only thing going on, okay? It doesn't matter if you can psychically pick up on all these different future paths and the potential and their like low-key feelings, like, does not matter. What are they saying here and now, for present moment, all right? And having that mode of thinking will also, I just saw 2222, by the way, will also, oh my God, I'm getting distracted because I saw that and then I saw 333 and 77 and I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I saying? Grounding yourself with that thought process will also activate your lower chakras, okay, which can just heal so many other issues. Moving on, we have, speaking of 2222, 22, the card, the Blue Fairy, is coming out. Now, I am not super familiar with this deck, so I am actually going to read this from the booklet for you. Lots of twos here. I opened up the book to the second card. Oh my gosh. The number 2 is all about relationships. So like I said, this is very relationship heavy reading here. Oh, of course. Keyword, there's love. Of course, the Blue Fairy is a fairy of love. Who would have thought? Here's the Blue Fairy who offers up the message of love and peace. She demonstrates the need for quiet within our daily lives. She shows us that through calmness, we realize our connection to spirit. This connection is always with us. Concentrate on this cobalt blue and feel what it does to your inner body. Sorry, I can't read. Imagine a blue crystal deep within your heart that resonates to all that is. Through the vibration of love, you are connected to all creation and to the hearts of all beings through a beautiful crystal blue grid work of light. Feel the oneness of all that is. Sense the infinite being of your soul. Can you feel your problems shrinking in size? Feel your own divinity. Allow your creativity to flow. With the oneness comes true understanding of the greater mysteries of life. They all come down to one thing, infinite love. Okay, while I was reading that, I was thinking to myself, I always perceived the heart chakra to be green or pink. The heart space to be green or pink. We even see that here. She's holding these flowers up to her heart and they are green and pink. So when they said blue, I was thinking of the throat chakra and I'm like, that's so funny that they're saying, imagine this blue energy in your heart, because to me, that blue throat chakra energy is like, okay, is this person speaking their feelings, showing their feelings, using their voice, using their environment to take action and actually be here for you. So it's interesting. I feel like when you imagine that cobalt blue in your heart space, it just, like they said, makes your problems shrink as you connect with this tapestry of life, but also it just, I'm seeing like a harmonization, a synchronization of your body, your physical environment, and your spirit, your soul, and what they're saying. So that harmony, that synchronization needs to take place. We have chakra clearing coming out. All of these, and look, there's even a grid there. Oh my gosh. Archangel Metatron, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Stunning. Yeah. All of them. You guys might want to consider doing like all 7 main chakra cleansing, healing, empowering, like really dedicating some time to it, like an hour, 2 hours of just visualizing, getting a nice energy healing. So, and then we have message from Mama Moon, who rules over all of our emotions, routines, and relationships. Be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. So whenever it's a cardinal moon, that would be in the signs of Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And those cardinal signs are the leaders of the zodiac, the ones that always make the first move. May not be the best at finishing what they start, but they get started on quite a lot here. So Mama Moon's saying it's time to start moving. I wonder if some of you are a cardinal sign, especially with chaos and conflict. I wonder if you have any strong Capricorn placements here, because whenever I think of chaos, I think of Capricorn. That's coming from a Capricorn moon. So loving change. I'm seeing here you just changing, you turning into like a new person. I want to say like growing your antlers. I know. and breaking out of this facade energy. Let's dive into your tarot now. All right, so I'm shuffling up the good tarot, and I don't know, how many cards are you guys thinking? For some reason, the number 7 is calling out to me, so let's do 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And I don't know what's going to come out. We're just going to see what they are, and hopefully it'll paint a story here. We have the 3 of air in reverse. Okay, this is actually really good confirmation. Many of you who selected group number 1, like we said earlier, like you might be breaking out of shadows and coming out of like a toxic relationship, friendship, or connection with someone who betrayed your trust or broke your heart in some way, shape, or form. Toxic, honestly toxic. Like 3 swords, they stabbed you right in the heart, okay? So I love that this is your first card and that it's coming out in reversed though, because to me, this is one of the few tarot cards of the deck where when it's in reversed, it actually has a more powerful meaning. And to me, this is like, this situation is of course still in your energy at this time, but you're really pulling those swords out and healing, learning from the situation and moving on into this new caring connection. So, or friendships, whatever, you know, who broke your heart? If you feel comfortable, guys, comment down below, explain the situation, like what happened. I would love to hear it. And I'm sure other people who selected group number 1 would love to hear your story. So go ahead and do that. Second card out for you is the Ace of Air. What a good card. And you know what I just saw here? So sometimes I read the tarot like sequentially. So I find it interesting that we go from the 3 to the Ace, because it's like whoever this was in your life, maybe they weren't super established, like they weren't in your life for many, many decades. Maybe for some of you they were. Okay, but this was someone who you were really excited about, and you had the thought in your mind like, you know, I really have all of these feelings for you and I can see this going somewhere, like friends for life, or, you know, spouse, long-term relationships. You know, to me, it felt like you were really in this honeymoon phase of your connection and really romanticizing the future here. Or even if it was a friend or more platonic thing, it was like, wow, I'm so happy I found a friend who loves doing these things with me, and this feels so nice, and I really feel like we could be friends for a super long time. Like, it felt something like that. And so it kind of ended abruptly, though, due to betrayal, honestly, for most of you. So hiding things from you, lying, cheating, stealing, whatever, something toxic. And then we go to the Ace of Air, where it's like, okay, brand new, fresh beginning that feels really promising, really inspirational. And this time around, we have boundaries. We can spot the red flags versus the green flags. And it just feels like a brand new start, a brand new direction after a painful heartbreak or loss. And this new connection and communication feels to be coming from someone, like a new friend, new dating person, relationship. And again, it feels very new here, like less than a year. So cool. Third card out for you guys is the 3 of water in reverse. Oh my gosh. Some of you were cheated on. All right, I'm just being honest here. Some of you were like a third party situation, like, or if it was a friend, they were, you kind of caught them betraying you or talking about you poorly behind your back. Doing something behind your back is what it feels like. You know, you not being party to a situation here, you being left in the dark, like they didn't feel like including you or letting you know what's going on. You know, I hate that for you. But, you know, through this painful ending, a newer, healthier beginning will emerge. Okay, center of these tarot cards is the 10 of Cups, the 10 of water. Guys, I love this. I feel like this last toxic connection you were in, like I truly feel like that's it for you. You know, you dealt with your karma, you've learned your lessons, and your spirit guides are saying you're ready now. You're ready for your soulmates. You're ready for your soul family, for beautiful, caring connections. You know very logically how to manifest them now, and you're more in tune with your intuition. You know now, never going to ignore that intuition again. Like, you needed that experience in order to firmly trust and bring this new love into your life. 10 of water is like complete and utter emotional fulfillment. Like this is the people, the lifestyle that just make you feel so comfortable living in this world. Like this is your family, this is your home, your heart full, completely full. There's like when the 10 of water comes out, it's like there's nothing else I can ask for. Like I am completely content and happy with the situation that I've manifested in life. My heart is overflowing with love to the point where it's manifesting even more love in my life, even more beautiful connections, even more beautiful experiences. Like stunning. And it's interesting because it's like one after the other. It's like, okay, heartbreak, new communication, heartbreak again, and then beauty. It's kind of like weaving in and out. So to me, this feels like falling in love with life again, falling in love in general again, while you're kind of simultaneously healing from past betrayal, heartbreak, grief, etc. So it's kind of like braided into each other. That's how I'm viewing it. So it might be like a parallel process. Like you heal as you fall in love, which happens a lot, guys. Sometimes we think we're healed and then we get into a new connection and then all these feelings get triggered and we heal with this person quite quickly because they're trustworthy, they're great. So we have the Messenger of Earth in reversed, which pretty much similar message of weaving in and out here. This past person, they could have been an Earth sign. They don't have to be. Could have been Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. To me, it's like, it seems like they offered you something that looked promising, but they didn't actually deliver. Like their actions never matched their words. The actions department might have been lacking, okay? And I mean, this is just confirmation of that. It's not all in your head. Like it's coming out in the reading. Next card out, we have the Three of Fire. Literally, look at that back and forth from like bad card, good card, bad card, good card. Like I said, you're healing from something toxic as you're falling in love. And this is kind of proving to me it's not just love, it's not just romance, it's not just, new connections. This is also goal acquisition. So it's like you lost this person that was toxic and all the areas of your life got better. Like you're even achieving more in your career, in your personal goals, in your self-development. So it's like on all levels your life improves after you let this thing go. And that's how you know it was a toxic relationship, guys. And you can see this in other people as well. When a couple breaks up, look and see who's thriving after that relationship and who is suffering and getting worse. That'll show you who ended what and what the real problem was, like 9 times out of 10. And final tarot card is the Magician reversed. Yeah, this is my manipulator card. Makes a lot of sense with this theme. Like literally, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Your spirit guides are just coming through to give you confirmation, like this past person. And I do wonder if some of you watching are still with this past person and you're like really on the brink of letting go. And this is just like the final push you need. But like your spirit guides are saying, they just constantly want to remind you, like, they manipulated, they lied, they did not give you action. Like, let's keep reminding you of all the bad that's going on here so you don't go back to that, okay? We don't want you to hang on to that, okay? Because there's a new direction in your life, new love, beautiful established love it will be. Caring connections, and personal development, goal acquisition, career growth. That's what's waiting for you guys. It's stunning. Your spirit guides are saying, if this is the path that you're on right now, guys, you're on the right path, for sure. Okay, we're going to get some final messages from spirit guides. Okay, we're going to finish off your reading with some beautiful messages, some readings, some bedtime stories for you. The spirit Sarah Lakali came through again. Literally in my last pick a card reading, I used the Divine Feminine Oracle, which is such a stunning deck that shows divine feminine spirits from every like culture and place on earth, spirituality, religion, whatever. And she came out in the last reading, and now she's coming out again. So many of you definitely have her as a spirit guide, and you can do your own research into who she is. I'm just going to read from the book what it means when her soul selects your card. No matter who you are or where you are, Saint Sarah's love is the kind that reaches you. There's nothing you need to perfect or prove. There's nothing you need to wait to become. There's only the there's only the deep abiding truth that love is not outside you. You are never an outsider to love. You are love. Saint Sarah is the ultimate love card. How many cards do we have come out here to say, like, this is the love card? The one who whispers what you've always known, that love is our true purpose and our only true home. Love is where we will all arrive, no matter how persecuted, how lonely, how outcast we might feel. No matter how long it has been since we felt loved, Saint Sarah is the healing that comes when we embody love again. She is here to welcome us back into singular destination we never actually left. Home is only ever as far as we allow ourselves to be separate from the space of our own heart. What a beautiful message for your reading in particular, guys. Call upon Sarah Lakali as your spirit guide. You know, she's coming through like, I am your spirit guide. Everyone watching, I am your spirit guide. Call upon her to ask for help in embodying love again and no longer feeling that loneliness, that separation. Like, you can go anywhere in this world, you can die, you can be reborn 1,000 times, but as long as you are in your heart space, you will always feel comfortable. You will always feel like you're at home. You will never, it just heals anxiety too. Like, so definitely think about that. I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. Next, this is a message from your very personal spirit guides. And of course, you guys have the animal kingdom coming through. You had like so many animal spirits here, the deer spirit, the jaguar spirit. Well, wasn't there another one? I forget. But yeah, this isn't surprising to me. You guys must be animal people, or just feel a close spiritual connection to animals. You probably are very telepathic with them as well. Wouldn't be surprised if you have had pets or have pets. Okay. Actually, I'm feeling, honestly, a large group of animals. For the people who selected group number 1, it's like all of the pets or animals that you've loved and were friends with in your lifetime that have passed away. Like, I'm seeing a huge collection of them. Like, I there's no way I could possibly like talk about every single one of your past pets, but like, I'm seeing dogs, cats, birds, rats, fish, like literally all of them here, like in this huge horde. Because before I started this reading, I'm like, all the spirit, like literally every one of the spirit guides for everyone who selects group number 1 come through here. So if you do have a past pet and you're wondering if they're still with you, the answer is absolutely. That's why part of the reason why you selected this group, so that you could hear that message, like they're definitely still here. Anyways, animals of all types are extraordinary creatures. Okay, I want to pause and I know I literally barely just started. I want to pause and say that I'm getting a vision here. A lot of you, I feel, watching, took care of an animal at the end of their life when they might have been really like elderly, kind of decrepit, you know, with very special needs, and you were so gentle with them. And I'm just seeing them coming through in this reading to say thank you for that. Like, you gave me a beautiful transition, you know, you took such good care of me, and like, they just love you so much. I don't know how else to put it. I'm seeing an animal here coming through for a lot of you, that just wants to thank you for being there through their life's transition. Also, I'm seeing birthing as well. Like, if you helped, for some reason I'm seeing a cow, if you helped a cow give birth, or helped an animal give birth of some kind, that mother spirit is coming through. Like, thank you so much. Like, I'm seeing like you there for big transitions in their life, and they're like, you were like a best friend, so special to me, and I appreciate that. How beautiful. Anyways, I'm gonna read now. Animals of all types are extraordinary creatures and miraculous gifts to us. They have been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. At this moment, we have lessons to share with you that will open, or they have lessons to share with you that will open your heart and soul. Spirit has presented this card to you to make you aware that the animal kingdom is beckoning you. Have you been thinking about animals lately, or have you acquired a new pet? Have you considered volunteering at a shelter, or are you noticing that regardless of if they have fins, feather, fur, or 2 or 4 legs, animals are entering your life? Animals offer us unconditional love and encourage us to play and to live life to the fullest. They help us let go of the past, to remember that each moment is a new opportunity to make every day count, and most important, to be in the here and now. Whether you've owned an animal, have one now, cared for one, or simply have a relationship with one, always know that by loving and taking care of God's creatures, in reality, you are taking care of yourself. Be open to the idea of letting the animal kingdom come into your life. They could possibly be your teacher and healer. You never know what beautiful lessons and love await you. That healing message is so strong, guys. Like, I've had animal friends my entire life. Like, there was not a single moment of my life where I did not have an animal living with me. And throughout the years, like, so many of them were healing for me. Like, my cat, Mr. Pants, we've been together for 13 years. I got him when I was younger than how old he currently is, if that gives you an idea of how long we've been together. And he, I used to have like really bad panic attacks and like PTSD, and he just knew every time I had one, and he would come running up to me and step on my chest and start screaming in my face and force me to pet him. Like, he literally would like headbutt me and force me to pet him, which was very unusual for him because he's not like the friendliest. I mean, he always snuggles me, but like, he's not very aggressive with like wanting pets and affection. But like, he just knew every time I was nauseous or having a panic attack, he would be right there screaming at me to pet him and like kind of forcing me to ground myself through touching him and feeling him and petting him. Beautiful stuff. I also had pet rats as well. And the weirdest thing happened. I had like these chronic bladder issues. And me being a medium, instead of going to a real doctor about it, well, I did get, various treatments here and there, but instead of like going to a real doctor to like treat the underlying issue, I guess you could say, I of course talked to alien spirits that were good with healing. And when I was doing that, the spirits of my rats who were still alive at the time were coming through, and they were like, we want to take on your pain. We want to take on your pain. And I'm like, no, you freaks, like, you're not doing that. And then, like, I remember one night after that happened, like, I haven't had a bladder issue in a really long time after that. And then shortly after that happened, my one rat got, like, a huge tumor near that area on its body. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is crazy. And, yeah, they passed away. And they, like, I honestly, truthfully feel like my rat friend there was able to consciously acknowledge that their lifespan was so much shorter than mine, and they were like, on the way out already, I guess, and just living with me so closely. Like, they literally lived in my bedroom. They are like, I'm just gonna take this problem from you energetically. And I know some of you are going to think that's really crazy, but like, I've just noticed that happen. It also happens in reverse too. Like, I've definitely taken on some pain and disease and illness from my cats as well. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know why exactly. I think my one cat, I think I accidentally poisoned him because someone gifted me a bouquet of flowers, and I didn't realize it had a lily on it. Lilies are like deadly to cats. So anyways, it was there for a few days, and he was like having these horrendous like asthma attack looking things, and I just felt like crap too physically that whole time. Like, I felt really sick, like almost like I had the flu. And then I got rid of the lily, and then a few days after, like, it seems like we healed together, but I really feel like I took on some of his pain so he wouldn't, like, have more serious issues. Obviously, I took him to the vet, and he was fine. He didn't have any, like, liver or kidney problems or anything like that. This is a lot of stories for you guys. I'm sorry, I babble a lot. Like I said, it's going to be a long reading, but this is the final card. It's a postcard from Spirit. We have Dearest You. We need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you were the victim of someone else's actions or your own. Oh my gosh. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Isn't that the whole theme of your whole reading here? Crazy. It says, even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and adores you. So that's a powerful message from Spirit, basically saying all this toxic crap you had to put through in the past, forgive it. Okay, you don't have to tell the person that you forgive them, but like mentally put yourself in their shoes, understand why they did the things that they did, probably because that was the only way they knew how to love. That's what they were taught, whatever. And then also forgive yourself for having poor boundaries and putting yourself through that experience in the first place. You didn't know any better at the time, so you shouldn't judge yourself so harshly, right? And once you genuinely forgive, and it may take a few cycles of like consciously trying to do that, it's like you're just so free. All that darkness it no longer sits in your energy. So that is a beautiful message, and I'm going to end your reading there. Thank you all for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below. I love reading your stories, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Go ahead and get a personal reading with me one-on-one, or a spiritual life coaching session with me one-on-one. A link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my Goddess Energy Intention Oil there, which is phenomenal. Honestly, like, you just use it to anoint yourself. Like, I put it on like my third eye, various points on my body, or even just to anoint objects like my wallet. And it is really potent stuff, guys. Let me tell you. Okay, not to toot my own horn, but I am apparently really good at making magical oils, because every single time I put this oil on, something weird happens to me. It's essentially supposed to make you more attractive, like using your divine feminine qualities to attract whatever you want, like love, wealth, whatever. Every time I put this on, something weird happened. Like, I put it on during a date. Dude almost crashed his car looking at me. Put it on another date. Dude asked me if I put a spell on him. Didn't even know that I was into witchcraft. I put it on another time. Some random, like, 72-year-old priest came up and started flirting with me. It was uncomfortable, but, you know, still, it's powerful stuff. So be careful using it, and go ahead and get that. Yeah. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Okay, group number 2, welcome. Let's see what your spirit guides have to say to you at this time. First card out we have is the Blade, which is a beautiful tool that we use to empower ourselves for so many reasons. Setting boundaries, establishing our direction in life. We're going to read this straight from the book so you get a better understanding of this. The blade represents sharpness of the mind, body, and spirit. Pointing upwards, it summons the power of heaven. When aimed down to the ground, it anchors the power of the heavens on earth. The blade can be a healing tool or a weapon. Wield it wisely, and it will transmit power, bestow initiations, cut energetic cords from the past, or sever toxic relationships. Use it with anger, and it will slash, stab, and kill. So having this upright is an invitation from your spirit guides to take on its messages, its meaning, its wisdom. Here it is. You are invited to draw your blade and use it. It is not auspicious to hesitate, to waste time in idle talk, or to hide from the inevitable. Heaven and earth are aligned to support you in claiming your power, so take decisive action. Overcome your fear of hurting others, unsheath the blade, and use it wisely. Yes, act boldly for you. Don't live your life for other people right now. Act boldly for you. It is your time. We also have this stand. Also, the number 6 might be important. The number 40 might be important. And this says courage, determination, and fearlessness. And we even see here what I believe is a tiger spirit. So you might have been born in the year of the tiger. I was, actually. Or you just have a tiger spirit working with you, which is a really powerful spirit guide. They especially like to connect with people who have their own businesses, or like freelancers, or even just really in tune with the psychic esoteric side of life. So yeah, I just see you. And again, we have courage, and this card's saying be bold, take action, be determined, don't be afraid. So be fearless. Like, don't be afraid of hurting others. Like, don't be afraid of what other people will think. Just do it. Whatever it is, there's something that you have to be more bold about. Maybe it's putting yourself out there and speaking your mind, or putting your passion out there on the internet, or living life boldly, fearlessly, coming out of the closet. Like, all these energies of like empowering yourself and not caring if you being your authentic self is, you know, gonna offend anyone. We have the door to value in reversed. So the thing is, guys, I am picking up a lot of career and money messages for many of you watching here. You might have tried to go down a certain career path. I'm especially seeing this reading coming through real strongly for anyone who has their own side hustle, business, or brand, or trying to build something so that it becomes more popular, like a YouTube, a podcast, a series, something like that. I feel a lot of you are drawn to pile 2. And door to value in reverse is showing that it might have been a real struggle to make money from this path for you. I'm getting like starving artist energy. I just saw a quote right before your reading too. What was it? It was, everyone's an artist until the rent is due. So I'm seeing something like that here, where some of you might be stuck between, okay, should I take the typical path to make money and have that stability in my life? Or do I keep fighting for my passion, my dream, and possibly suffer financially and have inconsistency because of it? I'm seeing a lot of, it feels like your spirit guides want to talk about business and money. Okay, and I feel like these cards connect with that because it's saying you could be a lot more bold in your acquisition of this goal. So my spirit uses my own memories to transmit messages and channel messages, and I'm just thinking back to the time in my business where like I just knew that I had to be making short form content, so like reels, shorts, TikToks, but I just was so afraid of like what other people would think of me for some reason, which is so dumb. And I just knew in my soul like I had to do it. I had to put myself out there more. I had to get over that, be fearless. Like, who cares if people judge me? And once I started doing that, I got so much positive feedback. So I don't know. I think Spirit's bringing that memory to mind because it's like, you gotta be more bold. Also, I just saw like a fuzzy flying through the air like a feather. So there's definitely angel spirit guides here for your reading. Hopefully we'll get to that. But yeah, we have self-sufficiency. Absolutely. This makes a lot of sense. I'm seeing here this desire to be financially independent and emotionally independent, you know, being happy, fulfilled on your own. I feel like that should be your biggest focus right now in life. Your focus shouldn't be on boys or girls or dating or anything else right now other than like self-sufficiency, making sure that you can meet your own financial needs and emotional needs on your own, like basically in a very basic level. Obviously, you can't meet all of your emotional needs on your own, but getting yourself to a place where all of your basic needs are being met so that you no longer keep getting into these codependent type of connections. I feel like that's a really strong message for you. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying, God is my source and I am willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. But I see here beyond that message, I feel like a lot of your problems root back to a lack of self-sufficiency right now. And it's time for you to take a stand. Stand up for what you're passionate about, the value that you offer as a person. Where are you prosperous? Okay, everyone has their own brand of prosperity, and everyone has the parts of their life where they need extra help. That's why humans have to survive in a community, because we all have our prosperous things and our weaknesses. And back in the day, like, you know, before currency existed, people would specialize in a few or one passion, and they would be a master at that, and they would barter. You know, one person's so passionate about growing potatoes, for example, and they really need like a new pair of pants or a new dress. And so, you know, they make their own potatoes, they have, you know, maybe a sheep and a candle that they made, whatever. And they barter and trade those goods for someone who's really passionate and great at making clothes. And they trade. Now, the dressmaker, the pant maker, what are they called? The tailor, the seamstress, her prosperity lies in her artistry in making clothing. But she might be a crap potato grower. So similar messages still exist today. Like, where are you prosperous? Maybe you give really good advice. How can you share that advice, that prosperity with the world? Because when you share your prosperity can be reflected back to you. You know what I mean? Maybe you are really great at basketball. Okay, how can you turn that into something that offers prosperity entertainment for other people, and how can that give you prosperity back? So I'm seeing, like, analyzing that. We have rejection coming through, and yeah, this feels so strong. We literally have someone here who's an artist. They have very special work. It's close to their soul, but like all these people around them who aren't supporting them, and I just feel this need, like we said earlier, that memory that came up. Why are you afraid of putting your authentic self out there and having people judge you? Like, you're blocking your own prosperity when you do that. Like, say you make art, for example, and you're just afraid that it's not good, or people are going to judge you because it's not perfect. So you don't put it out there. Even though you have this idea, like, I'm going to create an art Instagram and I'm going to post on it every day, and I'll link that to a shop, and, you know, I'll make reels all the time. Like, that's a great idea. That's a great way to promote art. But you're not getting started because it's like you're worried, well, what if someone that I know finds it and they think I'm cringy? And it's like, ew, get away with those thoughts. Like, you're rejecting your own ideas before someone else rejects them, and that is an awful way to live your life. So stop doing it. We have the mouse spirit coming out for you, which is beautiful. Can relate. And I mean, this is earth energy, so you could have a strong earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You don't have to, though. The mouse is very resourceful, intelligent, good at solving problems. And I almost feel like you can kind of fit in wherever you go. Like, you can find something to contribute to the conversation. Also, I'm getting, like, not shyness, maybe a more introverted energy here, which may be contributing to, you know, you getting in your head about putting your unique ideas out there, or dressing the way you want, being the way that you want. The mouse spirit connects deeply with you on, like, a spiritual level, because maybe you are tiny, I don't know, like in stature, or like mousy looking, I guess you could say. But you're just a very resourceful and creative, clever person, very smart. Mice are extremely smart. So yeah, I don't know, mouse spirit connecting with you. I don't know why when I'm doing your reading, I just feel very zen, like calm, relaxed. Like, so I do wonder if you have like a craft or something, like just painting and it just zens you out, or growing your own food. You can turn any passion into something that you share with the world. Like, if you like cooking, for example, but you never wanted to work in a restaurant, so you're like, well, there's no way I can make money doing that. You know, I'll have you know, first and foremost, that cooking Instagrams and TikToks and YouTube videos are so unbelievably popular. And then you can start that, post on it every single day. And then you can also build a website for yourself where you share new recipes every single day. And then from there, you start growing your following. And then you can write your own cookbook and sell that, while also like having your own content monetized. Like, you can turn this into a very prosperous career where you make way more money than you would if you were just like working the regular career. Does that make sense? So I don't know why I'm seeing that message come through for a lot of you. So I don't know if you had the idea of being on social media or kind of creating a brand like that, where you share your prosperity, your passions, your art. But I just keep coming back to that. Next, we have To the Sea with the number 7, might be significant to you. The number 7 really has to do with your personal alone time, and how are you using that alone time. I don't know why with this reading I'm seeing like a need to step away from technology from time to time to just be by yourself and create. Also, the spirit of the sea or the ocean whichever one is closest to you, is a really good friend of yours, okay? So if you live right next to a sea or a lake, even for some of you, an ocean, I don't know, I'm seeing a deep spiritual connection with you in a large body of water. So a big lake or sea or ocean. And the spirit of that sea is one of your spirit guides, and you can go to the sea, as it says, to reset and recharge your energy whenever you want, whenever you need. And it's just coming through to say that, like, if you need to clear your mind, go to the sea. If you need to reset your energies, go to the sea. And I feel like it's there, or with water in general. Sometimes if you can't even do that, like even just taking a bath or like a really decompressing type of shower, that is what is going to help you clear your mind. And I feel like it's when you're around this water that you have these ideas for like what your next step should be in whatever this is, okay? That'll build self-sufficiency while also having you tune in with your passion. We have magic fish coming through, speaking of the sea, from the Fairy Wisdom Oracle. Now, I'm not super familiar with this deck, so I am going to look this card up and read it straight from the book. 47, what's the 4th month? April? April 7th may be an important date for some of you, or July 4th. Here's what it says. The key word for magic fish is intention. These fish may be magic, but you are the magician. It is through your intention and attention that magic happens. Consider what it is that you wish to manifest. Use your logic to decide if it is a reasonable request. Focus your attention on your aim and follow through with the work that you need to do in order to bring about your desires. I want to pause and say that's such an important part of the puzzle here. If you're failing to see success in a really big ambition of yours that seemingly eludes you, I want to ask, are you really, truly putting in the work? Are you genuinely offering more and more value? I think I gave a similar message in one of my earlier readings today, where I was essentially saying, like, you're not working as hard as you think you are. You're spending a lot of your time worrying, researching, motivating, but like you're not putting out the product. So for example, let's just say you're one of those people who love cooking, you want to do something with it professionally, but you don't want to work in a restaurant. And it's like, you're like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll start my like Instagram where I post recipes and videos of this food, and you post like once a week, okay? What this card is saying is, it's great that you started that habit, but perhaps you need to be doing it more, like once a day, to really see results. Like it's asking the question, are you working as hard at this as you think you could be? It's going to be at the moment where your schedule is absolutely packed and you really like end the day feeling like you did a lot of work. That's when you're going to start seeing that prosperity coming through. Okay, so that's a good piece of advice for all of my business owners out there. I mean, it was so glamorized. Like, we have that book, The 3-Hour Work Week or whatever, right? Kind of glamorized this lifestyle of only working like 3-4 hours a week and being able to just relax and do whatever we want. And that is attainable for most people if they really set out to do it. But I will say, it's more attainable after the foundation of success was already built for you. Like after you already worked hard to establish yourself and an income, you can then use the success, your income or your audience, to not need to work as much after you build that success. So I just feel like that's especially true with anything involving like passive income or building a brand. Like you could technically get to a point where you don't have to work super hard, but like I just feel like right now, to get this off the ground, your spirit guides are saying it might be time to follow through with the work that you need to do. It is through your focus, clear intention, and action that you manifest your needs and desires. You will get nowhere with just wishing and hoping. This is a huge message. I feel like you guys definitely, most of you, believe in the law of attraction or magic, and that's great. And that works wonders. Trust me, like that can really take you far. But there's definitely a trap in that way of thinking where, and I've definitely fallen in this trap myself before, where you just sit there and ask and pray and try to manifest, but you really aren't taking as much physical action, if any, that you should be. And oh my gosh, this is reminding me of someone in my life who they really wanted to be successful at, I don't want to say it just in case they're watching, let's just say dancing. They wanted to be a successful dancer, and they kept asking me when this would happen and just, what do I need to do? Like, why hasn't this happened yet? And I'm like, what have you been actually doing to make this a reality? Like, physically, what steps have you been taking? What work have you been, doing? And essentially they just like dance at home on their own, or like sometimes they'll dance for friends here and there, but they really never like did anything, like took any actions, like auditioning for different dancing roles, dancing parts, or applying for dance teacher jobs, or putting up videos of themselves on the internet of them dancing. Like, they did literally nothing to manifest this dream other than law of attraction, prayer, affirmation, whatever. And, I'm a psychic. I literally work in the spiritual realms. So it's funny when I'm the one giving advice saying, like, listen, stop caring about all this spiritual crap and just literally work towards it. Stop waiting for the universe to work towards your dream, because the universe is just a reflection of you and your own internal energy. So when you're waiting for your dream to happen, the universe will be waiting to give you your dream, because it's just reflecting your energies. Now, when you jam pack your schedule with actions and activities that will work you towards that dream to the point where you don't have enough time left over in the day to even worry about the fact that you don't have it in your life anymore, that's when you're going to start seeing results. So I don't know, I'm just seeing that for you. I totally lost my spot here with that tangent. If you wish for a certain career, you must go out and get the training. If you wish for a special someone in your life, you must prepare yourself so that when that person comes along, you are ready for a relationship. You must do the work. Part of the work is in knowing what it is you wish to do. Be clear on this point. Visualize yourself daily in the situation that you desire to be in. Ask for help from the elementals and spirit in bringing this about. Ask them to help guide you to the perfect information, or to put you in touch with the right people. Ask them to organize situations, timings, and outcomes for your highest good, but do not neglect your part in the plan. Those are all great examples of how you should be talking to the universe and incorporating the spiritual element of it, but like, you have to do your own job as well. Like, you have a job in this. Do your work. All the power you will ever need is here for you to use, for your use. Remember that you are connected to the divine consciousness and that this power is at your fingertips. Just direct it through visualization, action, and prayer. Trust and believe. Beautiful message from the angels that we saw earlier. We have nurture coming through. Archangel Gabriel or Gabriel. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Beautiful. Okay. So not just children, but like nurturing plants, nurturing animals. They're all forms in which you take care of yourself. So if you've been kind of down in the dumps about something recently, honestly, sometimes taking on a bit more responsibility can help you. If you've been having a hard time getting out of bed, for example, getting up, getting active, honestly, adopt a dog, adopt a cat, adopt plants that you have to take care of, that you'll feel super guilty if you don't take care of them. And that, like, as you nurture and take care of other people or other spirits, you learn how to take care of yourself, essentially. And then your Moonology card is the new moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. So I do feel like whatever your project, your goal, your dream, your passion is, we do see prosperity. Oh, I wonder if cicadas are also a spirit messenger for you, because I just heard the first cicadas of the summer just now in the middle of that sentence. That was crazy. Anyways, prosperity lies ahead. I feel like that was a good sign that value will be increasing, money will be increasing as you increase the value of the product that you're offering, the value of your mind. Like, even if you're employed by a traditional employer, how can you increase your value as an employee? Like, literally go to school or learn a new skill. How can you build your resume? How can you build your skill set, what you have to offer people? This is something you should be constantly like growing and improving, like improving your resume, improving what you have to offer to your clients, your customers, if you have your own business, constantly offering more and more value. That is how businesses grow. It's a very straightforward process. As you grow your value on the outside will come to you. But I feel like you've been stuck in this period of waiting, in this period of where's it at, like confusion, feeling lost, and Spirit's saying fill your day, your schedule up with activities that increase your value, your tools, your knowledge, your ability to offer value to the world, and be useful, be valuable to more than just your career. Like, nurture, take care of other souls, like plants, animals, children, friends, whatever. Like, how can you care for others as well? Doing that will help you feel less lost. It will help you find yourself again. Okay, so now we're going to get 7 tarot cards to just kind of paint a story. I don't know. I don't have any intentions for like the question here. Just whatever your spirit guides want to talk about is what is going to come out. First card out is the 5 of Earth. Absolutely. It goes hand in hand with the Door to Value in reverse card. Feeling broke, like literally not having enough money, not having enough health. Like, where is my success? Kind of feeling lost. Like, I feel like I've been working at this for a long time and success is not here. Where is it? Okay, whatever you want to manifest, money, love, wealth, whatever. And just listen to all the advice we just gave and try to follow that. And I promise you things will turn around really quickly. We have the Page of Water in reverse, which, yeah, it's that energy of like, where's it at? And I feel like what you don't see here, group number 2, is you may distract yourself from this pain of lack, and you might use distractions such as relationship drama, drinking, or some type of coping thing that isn't productive, doesn't offer value to you, and kind of just keeps you caught up in this entertainment. But it doesn't even feel entertaining. It just feels toxic. Like, it's just something that preoccupies your mind in the present moment, but like it doesn't really offer anything for you in the long run here. So I kind of see yourself distracting yourself from this lack by using like dating or your relationships or drinking or whatever. And Spirit's saying, like, what if we just face this issue head on? Like, if you are feeling alone, super lonely, and wanting a relationship, instead of numbing that pain through drinking, for example, literally just put yourself on like every dating app, every dating website, all these events. Like, put in the maximum amount of work to the point where like you're exhausted, but like, or like working on yourself, like take matters into your own hands here. If it's money that you're lacking, like literally just work and work and work nonstop, because honestly, distracting yourself with work is more productive to getting the money that you want, as opposed to just sitting around and having to like cope with this feeling in a negative way that doesn't get you anywhere, Let this uncomfortable feeling of lack be the fuel that makes you work hard to make the changes that you need to make in your life. Like, embrace your uncomfortable energies and stop using distractions those uncomfortable energies, it's a gift. Like feeling so displeased with the amount of money you're making or where you're at in your career or where you're at in your love life, that discomfort is a gift because it is the fuel that will give you the energy to pour so much of your attention into growing the ways that you need to grow, doing the things that you need to do to manifest this better beginning for yourself. Third card out for you is the 10 of Water in reverse. Yeah, I really feel here for some reason like relationships as a distraction. Okay, love life as a distraction. You might have been stuck in like a toxic repeating cycle with someone where it was like there's an issue every month, like really big highs and lows here. And Spirit's saying you were using that as a distraction from actually doing what you need to do to work on yourself and be happy and fulfilled by yourself. And that's where this emotional self-sufficiency comes in. It's like you were relying too much on external people for your happiness, or like you were using them to distract yourself from internal pain. And you might not see it in that way, but that's what the cards are showing. That's what your spirit guides are saying. 10 of Wands reversed, like this might have been a relationship or like people in your life who are just drama. It could even be like just gossiping with friends constantly. There's always something wrong, always something to gossip about, always something to complain about. And that complaining, gossiping, or problem that you were dealing with, it literally, the only reason why you kept going back to that energy was because it distracted you temporarily from this feeling of lack, this feeling of not being where you want to be at in life. Financially, physically, emotionally. Instead of just allowing yourself to feel uncomfortable and doing the hard work to get yourself out of this hole. Center of your spread is the Empress in reverse. Yeah, this pretty much summarizes the whole reading, guys. Like a feeling of lack. And instead of dealing with it, you have kind of, I don't want to say wallow in self-pity because that sounds so bad, distracted yourself. And it's time for you to take matters back into your own hands and realize that prosperity and abundance are all around you. That is the nature of the world. And you just got to tune yourself into that energy. We have the Page of Air in reverse. Okay, 2 pages, both in reverse. This is showing me that message we had earlier of like a not so positive friendship or relationship is quite accurate. I feel like I said, I'm just getting like big highs and lows that you had with this person or have with this person. And part of the reason why you might be having these highs and lows, or even like internal highs and lows, it's like we said, it's a mask covering up this inner insecurity of not being self-sufficient, not making enough money, not being far enough in whatever it is that you want to do. Like you're hiding, you're distracting yourself from your own internal pain here with that. We have Strength in reverse. Your spirit guides are saying it's time to start doing hard things. It's time to break out of this cycle and break out of your insecurities and do what you know that you need to do in order to manifest the life of your dreams. I'm seeing here like being successful at something that you created, something that you did for yourself. But it takes a lot of balls to do that, to form your own path in life, to be a trailblazer in what you do. It takes a lot of balls. And you've been saying to yourself for the longest time, I should do that, I should do this. And maybe you like dipped your toes in a little bit. You did like one thing, like say you really want to be a blogger, a really successful blog. And you dipped your toes in, like you made a website, you posted like one blog post. And you're like, oh, well, see, I did it. Like, blah. It's like, no, you got to post every single day. Do you want to be the best one possible, or do you want to be someone who tried once and never committed, you know? Do it. It'll feel uncomfortable. It will feel like, I don't really feel like writing today. I don't feel like posting today, but who cares? You need to break out of that. Where motivation ends, discipline begins. And once something becomes routine, that is what is going to be like what keeps you afloat consistently or elevates you. But it'll never go back down once you have that routine in place. Take brushing your teeth, for example. Okay, no one is motivated to brush their teeth, but we learned to brush our teeth twice a day hopefully. And it just, you feel weird, you feel dirty and gross if you don't do that. But when you were a child, you might have cried and complained, I don't want to brush my teeth, because it's uncomfortable. You would rather just sleep or lay around or do whatever, or play, but once it became a routine, you feel weird if you don't do it now. So the same thing applies to whatever your dream is. You're going to cry, you're going to complain, you're going to feel tired, I don't want to do it, for whatever it is that you're trying to do. But you can do hard things because you've done them before, and you can build new habits. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but you can do it. You've done it before. And by doing that, you will find success. And then final tarot card out is the Sun in reverse. Look at where it's going to lead you guys. To happiness, fulfillment, extreme creativity, as well as just like being in love, being successful, financially successful, rich. Like literally the Sun represents having all of your needs and wants met. The only reason it's in reverse is because it's like Spirit's saying this prosperity is already waiting for you, but you just have to be more consistent and actually put in the work. But literally prosperity lies ahead. The Sun is coming out. Money, love, success, and fortune are all rising. It's all on the horizon here. But you just need to take the advice that we have saw from your spirit guides in this reading. Okay, so we're going to get some final messages. And first I wanted to pull a Divine Feminine Spirit from the Divine Feminine Oracle. This is a lovely deck that has so many different Divine Feminine Spirits from all over the world, many different cultures. And you have Ariadne coming through for you. Beautiful. That's what she looks like according to the artist. Mistress of the Labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. All right, I don't know much about the spirits, so we're going to read all about her straight from the book and kind of introduce you to this spirit guide. She is connecting with every single person who selected group number 2. So she's working with all of you. Ariadne represents the love and support available to us when we dare to be courageous. Ariadne is known as being both a Greek goddess and human daughter of Minos, king of Crete. Her father put her in charge of the labyrinth, where 7 human sacrifices were made every 7 years to appease the Minotaur who lived within it. The Minotaur had the head of a bull and the body of a man, sorry. He preyed on those who got lost in the dark. One year, a valiant and heroic man named Theseus went into the labyrinth to slay the Minotaur and end the sacrifices. Ariadne fell madly in love with him, who wouldn't, and gave him a sword to kill the Minotaur and a ball of red thread so he could find his way back out of the labyrinth and into the light. Ancient Greek myths were oral, so there are varying accounts of Theseus and Ariadne eloping after his success, where others were Ariadne's consort, Dionysus, I forget how to pronounce that, the Greek god of ritual madness and religious ecstasy, chases after her and pleads with her to return him. Whichever way the story ends, the constant is that Ariadne's love and support changed the fate of so many who would have otherwise been lost to the labyrinth. So when your soul selects her card, Ariadne is a symbol of the hope, the divine assistance, and the step-by-step process we can take to move through a difficult time or to confront an injustice in our lives. That is so specific, given everything that we just saw in this reading. Like, she helps guide you through the step-by-step process you need to take to achieve your goal. Like, literally, that is why she is connecting with you at this time, because it's like she is trying to help you with the process you need to take in order to attract this wealth, this self-sufficiency. Like, she's going to let you know step by step, inform you step by step what you need to do here, which is like the perfect guide for where you're at right now. So call upon her to help you with that. So beautiful. She helps Theseus because he's daring to end a pattern of madness. He's willing to do whatever needs to be done to stop the injustice. She gives him the tools to create his desired outcome. He is successful because of her, and she assists him because he acts with courage. And I do want to say, if there's anything in your life where it's like a blessing, a complete blessing that allows you to go after your dreams, I feel that that is from her. Like, for example, if you want to just focus on your business for a year and suddenly, like, you have free rent for a year, a free place to live, like, that is a complete blessing from her because she admires your courage for whatever you're doing, and she's gifting you with these blessings so that, and the tools that you need in order to achieve your goal, you know. And you'll notice, like, I've noticed this in my own life, like, everything I needed to do whatever idea I had, I always had the tools. And while, yeah, I would want in the back of my mind like nicer tools or whatever, I always had exactly what I needed in order to manifest my dream. So we see her there saying, you have all the tools that you need, so go for it. Her message is that our courage is always in some way rewarded. When we seek to end an unnecessary pattern or routine that is no longer serving us, even though we initially created it with the effort to keep us safe, it can feel as insurmountable as facing a horned part man, part beast that lives in the dark maze inside us. Pure terror. But the soul always wants our freedom. The divine is what liberates, not confines. It might feel like we can't find our way through this situation, this maze, but we can. We can trust the soul knows the way through, and the spiritual support is a given. Ariadne wants us to be brave so she can fall in love with our actions. She is both a goddess and a human. She gets our fear, but she also knows just how much power we hold as well. So I really feel like if you call upon your spirit guides whenever you need it and like ask for the next step you need to take, or like ask for a sign, ask for a tool, ask to help teach you something that will help elevate your value, elevate your knowledge, your skill set, which will eventually lead you to more love or financial success, whatever you're looking to manifest, you will see results, okay? You will definitely see results if you pay attention after asking that. Next, we have similar message, continuing on that message, just ask. And this is from your ancestors, spirit guides, past loved ones, all that. There are many in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of the divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for our help and guidance. Exactly. We bring you this card at this specific time because we want to remind you that even though you're reaching out for answers, you don't necessarily need a special tool to ask for our help. We have always been here and always will be, and although we can't interfere with your karmic lessons that you're meant to learn, we can come to your aid by gently inspiring, guiding, and helping you to recognize synchronistic signs. Exactly. During your life, you may have tried to do or have done things on your own, which can be rewarding, but when it becomes too much and you start to feel drained or weak, or you don't have enough strength to go on, then call on us and we'll make every effort to help you. Remember once again that we cannot interfere with your life until we're asked or invited. Know that we're always here and waiting, and most important, that we love you. And this candle just went out. Yeah, guys, pretty much your spirit guides can't directly interfere with your life in really big ways unless you ask for it. So that's literally what we're just saying here. Like, ask for assistance in your goal, your project, whatever it is. To me, it really feels, group number 2, that you have a really big goal in mind, like, or just love, wanting to manifest more love in your life, or maybe both. And a lot of these cards are saying, like, you can do it. You can break out of this lack that you've been experiencing 100%. And instead of necessarily like waiting for the universe to give it to you, ask your spirit guides for signs, tools, really clear step-by-step instructions, one at a time. You know what I'm thinking of, like AI right now, because I'm thinking to myself, like, this sounds like AI, which I've been using a lot recently for my business. I'm like, AI, give me a step-by-step instruction on like what I should do for like this very specific business that I'm running, and can you write out a daily schedule, a weekly schedule, and a monthly schedule for like what I should be doing in order to achieve growth in my business based off of everything, you know, like, and just asking these very particular questions, and you'll get very particular answers. And I almost feel like angels and AI are very similar in that way, which is funny because now I'm thinking of the song I Got So High That I Saw Jesus by Noah Cyrus, is that her name? And basically there's a line in that song, you should definitely check it out because it might resonate with you, where it's just like the angels were the AI or something like that. And I mean, similar energy I'm feeling here. Like, you have to ask for really specific help from your spirit guides in order for them to come through and help you. And similar thing with AI, you have to ask very specific questions, detailed prompts in order to get, you know, answers. And it can be a really huge helpful tool. Like, you can get it to be a tutor. Like, I asked AI to like literally be my business coach. What else? Like, giving me different ideas and, you know, a schedule, and helping ask me the right questions to figure out like what I need to do. So I digress. Do that with your spirit guides. Do that with AI if you want. That might be an important tool for you. And then finishing off your reading, we have a postcard from Spirit, the universe at large. Dear you, now is one of those times you're being asked to add some distance, take a step back, and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take you to regroup, but know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath, slow down, and look at how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now, you'll be glad you did. Love you. So essentially, I'm just seeing you regrouping, seeing what you've accomplished so far, setting a clear intention on what you want to manifest, if you haven't already. Like, that is definitely yes. And then asking your spirit guides for help in like helping you recognize the exact next steps that you need to take, and introducing you to the tools, the people that will help you. And then just getting to work. Like, that is the step-by-step process of this. And if you're unsure of what getting to work looks like in a step-by-step way, that's where you again can ask, okay, angels, spirit guides, what is the next step for me? Okay, help introduce that to me. When you ask very specific questions, you get very specific answers. So beautiful. Thank you all for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Go ahead there for personal readings, spiritual life coaching sessions with me. And I also offer my Goddess Energy Intention Oil there, which is very powerful. You use it to anoint yourself, your objects, and it enhances your goddess energy, which I think you guys might need since you have the Empress in reversed. It enhances your goddess, divine feminine energy to attract whatever you want towards you, love, money, success, etc. And it is very powerful. So the universe is speaking. I'm gonna go. Bye-bye. Okay, group number 3, welcome. Let's see what your spirit guides have to say to you at this time. We have Taming the Wind that came out in reversed for you. Beautiful message. The number 55 is standing out a lot here. You might see repeating 5s or like 555 a lot. 5 is the number of change, and change is synonymous with the spirit of wind. So we have the winds of change, and whenever there is like a big windstorm, for example, I always say that a lot of change will be taking place shortly enough. So that is beautiful. Here, the feather, a symbol used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is the symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence that influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder to deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. So that is what Taming the Wind represents, getting into a co-creative
relationship with spirit, with the universe. So when this comes out in reverse, I really do feel strongly that the spirit of wind is a spirit guide for you. And this spirit of wind is trying to come through in this reading to say that it's time to clear up any misunderstandings with others. Clear the air, so to speak, after disagreements and allow others to share their side of things. You are called now to be a good listener. This is not the time to be right. It's a time for you to understand rather than be understood. Good things come out of this restraint of tongue and pen. You will be surprised at how things get resolved when you allow for all sides to have value. Beautiful. So what the spirit of wind is asking of you at this time, and what your spirit guides are saying in general are, it's time to clear the air with someone or clear the air with something going on in your life. And to me, it feels like someone or multiple people in your life might really need to be heard at this time. They might really need to talk to you, their favorite person, or, just hear things from their perspective. And this doesn't mean that you have to have had a really big disagreement to have selected group number 3. This could also be like if you have a child, for example, maybe this is a time in their life where they just need to be heard without judgment, without you being a parent all of the time. Like, just let them speak their mind, share their experiences, and learn how to genuinely listen without having to give advice or get defensive or, make sure that they're hearing your side of things. Like, just let them kind of talk and ask questions and allow them to just kind of talk and talk and talk and feel heard. And look up active listening skills is what I would say to you. That might help whatever disagreement you're currently in. Next, we have Trinity. Beautiful. Number 3, balancing decisions, priorities, and adapting to change. Oh my gosh. This theme of change keeps coming up here. And also, the number 3, I really think of teamwork, working together. Change is going on that may involve multiple people in your life, working as a team with those around you. I'm seeing someone here, you might be getting into a feud with coworkers or something like that, not working really well with them. And it's like, if you just allow them to be heard, and allow their ideas to shine through, even if you absolutely hate them, make sure that they have their time to shine and share their ideas and make decisions. That may go a really long way in how they feel about you. So beautiful stuff. Also, I'm seeing here, like, you might have lost touch with that a bit in certain areas of your life, like family, for example. Making every single person in your family feel important in your life, feel like they have their own special place in the family. Like, I'm just thinking of how much beauty can come from just making someone feel special for the good things that they do. That may be something that's really missing here. And even in like a relationship, like take a romantic relationship, for example, if there's a lot that you are mad and resentful at towards this person, I wonder if it will go a really long way to just make them feel heard. And, for example, if they do something that you really want them to do, but they do it sloppily, like say you really want them to share their feelings more and open up more, and they finally do a little bit, but it's not really articulate, it's not very good, it's just a little, still by saying, thank you so much for sharing your feelings with me, I feel closer with you, I love that, and asking them more questions, like elaborate further, can you speak more on this, and asking really pointed questions to have them open up more, and thanking them so much for willingly sharing that information. It could go a really long way in making them feel more comfortable the next time they have to open up, and then the next time, and it can be like a slow work in progress that unfolds. Okay, next we have yin and yang in reverse, and I am going to say this is yang. Okay, every time this card comes out I can never remember, because one, like if it's upright it's one of them, and if it's in reverse it's the other. I believe in reversed it's yang, so I'm going with it. Masculine energy. This is a time for you to be outgoing. It is a time for you to take action. Use your logic more than intuition here. Take the logical approach in how things are done. So even if you are doing something that's really out of the box, new to you, you're a very intuitive person, look up the logical steps you need to take in order to make this thing successful. So like, logically speaking, what goes into a healthy, happy relationship? Logically speaking, what do I need to do to get that promotion I want? What do I need to do to get that job that I want? What do I need to do to make my business successful or get the results I want with my health? Whatever your personal goal is here, you're being asked by your spirit guides to take on masculine yang energy. What that means is, instead of necessarily just praying to the universe, using the law of attraction, matching your vibration to the frequency of what you want to attract, all that good stuff, that there's a purpose for that, there is a place for that, but your spirit guides are saying it'll serve you much better right now if you got into that logical masculine energy where you literally just like figure out, okay, step by step, what do I need to do to accomplish this thing? If I take this set of steps, then I am good to go and my goal will be accomplished. Make it really simple for yourself. Next, we have health. Speaking of beautiful, allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me to be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. Don't we love that? I love this message for you. Health, stunning. Yeah, guys, it is time for you to really take your health seriously. And you know what? I'm seeing here someone watching, a few of you watching might have some type of condition, like what's the word? Like an autoimmune disease disorder, or just like health problems that you can't necessarily fix, And spirit is coming through to say, your spirit guides are coming through to say, like, it's time for you to be tender, loving, accepting towards your body, even if you don't necessarily want the ailments that you have them. And what can you do to live healthily, happily, and abundantly given this reality? So beautiful. Your body is your friend. It is a sacred form, and you should really be loving that, okay? Don't be a big bully to yourself. We have balance coming through, Libra energy, third eye chakra energy here. And look at that. We literally see people in a disagreement, not getting along, arms crossed, and we're restoring balance to this connection, restoring harmony. I predict, guys, I am a psychic. I predict that there will be reconciliation in your life shortly. Okay, either with someone you had a falling out with. And honestly, I hate giving these readings, but this might be with an ex or a family member that you might have disowned or distanced yourself from. I'm also, for some of you, it could be friend. I'm really mainly getting family, though, for a lot of you. Like, you distance yourself from a family member, you're getting closer again, or you're doing some deep internal healing work within yourself to maybe not be so reactive to this person. I am seeing that. Whoever this is in your life, you're doing internal healing work to not be so reactive every time you talk to them, And I feel like that can kind of form subconsciously, like if you've been hurt by this person time and time again, instead of setting up proper boundaries and kind of distancing yourself from it and having those boundaries in place to protect you, it sometimes can form just like a sense of agitation or like quick to anger or sassiness, passive aggression whenever you're around this person. So your spirit guides are pointing that out to you, and they're saying, try not to fall into that habit, because if you get into that habit for a long time, it's really hard to break out of. I know that firsthand, okay? So try to avoid doing that. I really, if you think you need some distance before you can, come back to this person, every time you hang out with this person, I'm going to set a new goal for you. You can start with like short durations, like you see them for like an hour or like 30 minutes. Just set the goal for yourself. I will not be passive aggressive. I won't get snotty. I won't get agitated. I'm going to be as calm as a monk. I will let them speak their piece. And just kind of, listen, be this beautiful Zen mirror. Okay, make that your goal. Challenge yourself with that whenever you're with this person. It could be really healing. I am seeing reconciliation for a lot of you, so that is beautiful. Balance being restored back into this connection. Some of you guys, and like I said, I hate giving readings like this. It might have been a situation where you were constantly like running after this person, trying to get them to evolve, to be a better partner, family member, friend, better to themselves. You know, they might, to me, I'm seeing that they really lack that self-love. And that might have been the root of a lot of problems. Insecurity oftentimes is the root of a lot of problems. And they were kind of, you know, you weren't running. You were chasing them and they were running. That's what I meant. And now I feel like tables have turned, you know, might have had an argument, a falling out. And your spirit guides are kind of putting you through this period where you're just like trying to reclaim your own energy, focus on you. Also, we're seeing 3 here, 3 people. So I wonder if this is between you and 2 others, or if there's more people involved, like multiple people are disappointed, upset in this person. That's interesting. I am hearing that for some of you, you don't know this, but the qualities of this person that you got into an argument with them in the first hand and like in the first place, I don't know why I can't talk today. Those qualities have made someone else close in their life upset with them. Okay, so I just want you to know that you're not alone. There's someone else in their life, it seems, who's not happy with them for the same reasons you're not, or like for similar reasons. So I just want you to know that, and I feel like what you did in this connection and what they did, you're both getting your karma for that. Like you're realizing, you're understanding what is going on. Okay, so we have the full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. Yeah, Gemini is a very communicative sign, and I'm just seeing like communication coming through, reconciliation, someone reaching out and giving you some kind of closure, some kind of answers. I just keep coming back to that message. It will probably be emotionally charged. So I'm just letting you know now. Okay, that's what your spirit guides are saying. Mama Moon coming in as a spirit guide. The answers that you need, they are coming. We have the rabbit spirit coming through. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you definitely have a rabbit spirit guide, bunny spirit guide, which is beautiful. So I don't know why I hate this, but like every time a rabbit spirit guide comes through, I'm like, yeah, whoever has this guide, they're very sexually active or like horny all the time. I know, guys. I don't know why that is the first thing that comes to my mind. If that resonates though, you should feel obligated to leave this video a like right now or comment down below to confirm that. But anyways, yeah, I just see you running around. You seem like a busy person, like hopping on from one thing to the next, boom, 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 mind constantly going. You may also have a hard time sitting still, I feel, for a lot of you, just constantly off to the next thing. And look, even this bunny has like their ears perked up. They're standing on 2 feet, very aware of what's going on here. And I do feel like you may be in a time in your life right now where you're hyper aware of people's energies and motivations, and you know, you don't want to get hurt again. I feel you don't want to get into another situation where there's drama, there is some type of conflict here. I am seeing so much conflict. And we're seeing, like, literally, I just realized this says balance, and the Trinity card says balancing decisions, priorities, adapting to change. Gemini is a big sign of change. The wind spirit, change. 55, change. What else? This 22 right here. 2 is the number of relationships. So I'm seeing a change happening in a relationship that you had an argument, a falling out, a disagreement, a breakup with, okay? And this person may come through with communication, but you're still going to be on high alert because, you know, you have this bunny rabbit spirit. Bunnies are prey more often than not. So they're always on high alert, very aware of their surroundings. Like, I don't want to get hurt again. So you're definitely not going back into this trusting. And I think that's a good idea. I think having your boundaries up is a good idea here because it's like, I want to prioritize my health, my happiness, my peace. And no one will ever again get in between me and my peace, okay? If you want to act like a fool and not get the help that you need, that's on you. I'm not going to sit here and beg you to treat me right or even treat yourself right, okay? Get your own crap together, be an adult, and I will be an adult as well, and I'll focus on me. You're not going to ruin my peace anymore. That's what I'm seeing from you, okay? So your higher self might be coming through in this reading to channel that message. Good place to be. And look at that, yang energy is coming out twice, guys. Yang. Look at that. Yeah, this is a time in your life where you are taking back control, and I feel like you've been on fire, focusing on one thing to the next, staying up, like being super productive, boom, 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 boom. Like, you've been busy, for sure. You've been very busy, a lot going on, people in your life that you're talking to, tasks, projects, work, just your goals. You've been focusing on your goals. Like, listen, you gave me enough grief. I don't need to be sitting here crying about you all the time. I'm focusing on my stuff. And not necessarily in a way to avoid those emotions, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, it's a good thing, but also a bad thing. Like, I think it's, for the majority percentage, very good that you're kind of focusing on your own thing and, you know, you're being productive and very logical here. But then on the other hand, like, a part of that, you know, I feel like you have been not consciously aware of this, but like suppressing some heartbreak, some emotions with this conflict situation through your productivity or your yang masculine energy. So I would say like 90% of it is good though, but then like 10% of this keeping yourself busy, being productive, you know, it is kind of having you avoid feeling certain feelings is what I want to say. Next, we have Ivy, which is money, getting that bread, getting your health together. You know, I feel like you backed away from conflict and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to focus on my health, my well-being, my goals, you know, my family, my loved ones, the people who are here for me, who do show up drama-free. Okay, I'm seeing that, but Ivy is all about money. So if money's been good recently, you know why. It's because you've been pouring that beautiful, unconditional love into yourself and making things happen on your own. Also, I'm seeing here masculine energy, yang energy. Daddy spirit is coming through as your main spirit guide in this reading. You know, that divine masculine energy is all about setting healthy boundaries and also like actually being disciplined and putting in the work. You know, like I said, it's great to set affirmations and prayers and law of attraction and, you know, manifest via attuning your vibration and your mindset to that which you want. However, your spirit guides are coming in strongly to say, we're going to tell you this right now. In this very moment, you really need to be taking the masculine approach in your goals. Very logical, step by step. Here's a list of things I need to do in order to achieve this goal. I'm going to do it, you know? That's going to get you the most results at this time, okay? Especially if it's in relation to your health. Like, it's very simple. If you want to be healthy, work out, eat right. As simple as that. That is the case for every single human being on this planet. Like, if you want to have a healthy body, take care of your body. You know, even if you have special ailments, there's no excuse. There really is no excuse. Like, that is what you need to do, all right? And, you know, you can attune it to your individual needs, but that's what you need to do. Very straightforward, masculine energy, very logical. So, same concept with money as well. If you want to attract more money, same advice there. All right, we have clear your space, Archangel Jophiel. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Guys, this is my favorite thing to do. Like, you guys know me as a tarot reader, you guys know me as a psychic, but let me tell you, I am a neat freak. Because the energy, man, like, dust has awful energy. Clutter has awful energy. And I you know, if I should add a picture of Marie Kondo to my shrine because that's how much I love her work and what she does. For those of you who don't know, Marie Kondo is an author. And I also believe she has a Netflix show, but literally every item in your home has a spirit, and you should be making a home within your home for every single item and keeping it tidy. Like, and what tidiness means is like just literally putting every object back into its proper home within your home in a very neat way. So keeping tidy, clear your space out. Honestly, the reason why I love cleaning and tidying so much, because I used to hate it, like cleaning of any kind, I used to hate. And then I literally had such a profound spiritual experience one time. My shamanic initiation, my whole personality changed after that. And I had like PTSD. It's a whole long story. But after that shamanic initiation, where like I was essentially like half in the spirit world, half in the physical world, but in a very conscious way for 27 straight hours, I just suddenly became really sensitive to my environment. And I realized, when I have clutter around me, I attract demonic entities, straight up like negative, creepy, scary entities. I noticed that. And so after that shamanic initiation, like I was very like, how do I put this? I was like a wild animal who had full-blown mediumship, and it was uncontrollable. And I was like, I'm not gonna say I was seeing things, but like I was kind of seeing and experiencing things really strongly. And I didn't know anything about, like I didn't have a guide here to tell me, a living guide, to tell me, how to, handle having a mediumship shamanic awakening, I guess. And I noticed that very early on. When there's clutter, when there's dust, there is negative entities. Point blank, period. When you clean your home, your body, your car, everything, you're clearing out your energy and the energy of that environment that is energetically tied to you. And it like literally, it becomes a meditation. Watch, you'll notice that great feeling that comes after you clean. So get addicted to it like I am, because your spirit guides are saying it's time to clean up, okay? Clear your space. It's time to clear your energy. You might also benefit from some Reiki healing. There's so much free Reiki here on YouTube, guys. Look it up. There's this one girl, I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. She has gray hair. That really wasn't super descriptive. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to look her up. I'm gonna have to find her later. But she's really the real deal. Like, I can tell. And so yeah, just get free Reiki here on YouTube, or if you have the money, go ahead and get that, or an energy healing, energy cleansing. I'm gonna be honest here, and I'm just gonna babble as I shuffle these cards. I never understood, and maybe this is just my ignorance, and maybe I shouldn't say this because I literally charge for tarot readings and spiritual life coaching, but I never quite understood paying for energy healings, because it's so easy to do yourself. Or, I don't know, maybe I'm just being ignorant. Maybe it does really help for some people. Well, actually, all energy is an exchange. So when you do pay money, that's of value to you. The value you'll get is in return. So never mind what I just said. We have the tarot cards here. Guys, it's like midnight. I'm in my babbling energies. I have no questions for this. We're just going to see what comes out, okay, from your spirit guides. Ace of Water, brand new emotional beginning here. Yeah, guys, honestly, I hate this, but it feels like reconciliation for some of you. For others of you, this is like freedom after. I'm seeing it as like a new start with someone, okay? It doesn't have to be a romantic reconciliation, but it's like a fresh start. I keep coming back. Someone here watching is rekindling a relationship with a parent who you did not speak to for many, many years, okay? And I know that's so specific, but I'm seeing it. That's what I'm seeing. For a lot of you, this is also romantic. It could even be platonic, rekindling after conflict. So, yeah, it'll be a beautiful, new, fresh beginning. It seems very promising, very positive here. We also have the Page of Fire in reversed, okay? So I think the fear here in your mind is that you don't want to get your hopes up too much. You don't want to get hurt again. And we see here a beautiful spirit, and I'm kind of viewing this as you here. There's a white tiger at her feet. White tigers represent financial prosperity, and we saw that in Ivy. You've been doing really good because this person felt really stressful, like the conflict, it got in the way of your money, your career, and your health. So it's like you backing away from this, your money and health has been getting better. We have the butterfly here. You've personally transformed a lot, and we see magic all around this person. Behind her is a full moon, which tells me that there's still strong emotions that you have towards this person, towards this situation. Now, in reverse, it's like, I don't want to get my hopes up too much because look at how good I'm doing on my own. So it's kind of, you're trying to remain really balanced here. And I think that's why the balanced card came out. Like, I don't know, like you're going to have to really earn my trust again, come in very slowly. I'm not just going to let my boundaries or walls down willy-nilly just because you come back, you know, whatever, like really having to rebuild that trust. That's the only way this is going to work, because Page of Fire, I don't know if you're going to go back to your old ways. For some of you, this is someone who was an addict. For others of you, this is someone who just did not nurture the relationship or themselves or you. And it's like, I don't want to let you back into my heart. And then you abandon me again. You walk away again. You go back to your old ways, or, you know, you get bored and move on. Like, so I'm seeing here a fear within you, but it honestly feels good. Like, it feels like a good thing that you have this. Like, yeah, let them earn your trust back. Let them prove to you through action this time around. Like, don't just let them back in willy-nilly and, you know. So that is something I am seeing. It's something that your spirit guides are acknowledging. Next, we have love in reversed. Yeah. I mean, so this is the Lover's card in this deck, but I think it's interesting that they chose to put a lion, or a lion. Yes, lion here. Sorry. Because the Strength card shows a woman and a lion, and the Strength card is all about really being vulnerable, having vulnerable conversations, and just it talks about emotional healthiness. So in reversed, you know, this was a situation that was not emotionally healthy. Like, you guys were really bad at communicating with each other. I'm seeing defensiveness. I'm seeing hurt. I'm seeing you're not, like, you two weren't seeing each other's perspectives here. It was just one of those situations, which I think is why Taming the Wind came out for you in reverse. Like, take a moment to just listen to this person, hear them out without having to say your piece, get defensive here, and start getting argumentative off the bat. Full moon in Gemini, this person may be coming back to apologize and explain things and give you closure, but if you keep interrupting them, talking over them, saying how badly they hurt you, whatever, like, you know, let them speak their piece first is what I want to see here. It's interesting though, because I'm seeing a story play out. It's like they come back offering reconciliation, a new start, fresh love. You're very weary. There is, honestly, I am seeing that you might not be the one to open up to this new start. You may be very hesitant, not wanting to have, or it could be either of you, it could be you or them, not wanting to breach the subject of the past and what happened. And that is not a good way to go about this, okay? Next, we have, if I can pick it up, patience coming through. Beautiful. Have patience in this situation. Like I said, I want you to act every time you see this person. And if you have to do it for short increments, do it. But challenge yourself to just being this really zen monk energy where you're totally at peace. You're hearing this person out and you're just acting as this perfect mirror for their energies. You know, speak more about that. Oh, tell me more about that. Like, literally like a therapist almost. But not giving advice. Just hearing them out and allowing them to kind of show you and tell you exactly what their intentions are, who they are now. And, you know, it's like you'll believe it when you see it. You're just being very patient, not reactive. I feel like you've been doing a lot of inner healing work when it comes to your nervous system and how you react to situations, trying to become more calm, more centered, and less reactive. That is what I'm seeing here. Because I feel like in this past situation, you were both very reactive with each other. And since you've been like separated, you've really been working on that. We have the Page of Earth coming through. Beautiful. I have a feeling that this person is actually changed. They actually want this new start. And I feel like they may give you an offer here that is like a practical action, like, hey, I want to start again and I would love to get therapy with you, or I've just started going to a therapist, or I took this action that is leading to my healing. Like, I actually feel like they're in the beginning stages of taking actions that will better their life. So that is interesting. But there's still some kind of underlying emotional energy within you, group number 3 here, which is why I just feel like you're very on guard about it. I'll believe it when I see it. We have the messenger of water, things moving forward. And we see that seahorse again. Look at that. Oh my God, that's so cute. The ace of water here. It's like, brand new start, brand new start. And then you're like, I don't know, like, we'll see. And then it's like, okay, little seahorse, like, maybe this will work out. This will actually be good this time. I might be on board here. So look at that beautiful progression that we see after actionable steps are taken. This is like a really big confirmation from your spirit guides. They're saying, like, you're good with not trusting them yet. Like, let them show you physical action before you move forward with this. That's why the page of earth is before the messenger of water. Seeing the physical action will lead you to opening your heart up, moving forward again, and it's beautiful. And last card, oh my gosh, you can't get any better than this for the last card for a reading like this. Like, come on. 10 of water, 10 of cups. This is back to happiness. This is feeling like they're family again and restoring this beautiful long-term connection with them. Guys, I feel like for a lot of you, like, this is a story of you really not getting along with someone, and I keep seeing like addiction on their behalf or some type of completely inappropriate behavior, definitely crossing your boundaries, where you just are like, this is my line in the sand, we're going our separate ways, or I'm distancing myself until you figure your own crap out. I do not offer you help anymore. And this person is coming back with answers, communication, filling you in on what's going on in their life. And they want new love with you. They want a new start, a fresh start with you. And look at that. We literally start with the ace of water and end with the 10 of water. You know, fresh start quickly leads to feeling like family again. So it's really beautiful. But all the stuff in between is kind of the journey that you'll take. Page of fire in reverse. I don't trust you. Love in reverse. I still have so much resentment, betrayal built up, like, oh my gosh, I feel like there's a lot of emotional processing that you still need to go through. Group number 3, on your own, like, clear your space, meditate, talk with a therapist if you have to, write in a journal, you know, process the hurt that they've given you. And try not to process it in a way that's like toxic or reactive towards them. That's what I'm saying. Because if you don't process it, it will show up in that very reactive, passive-aggressive, snotty type of way when you're communicating with them. So spirit guides are definitely advising against that. Be very patient with them and yourself. Like, again, try to act like a monk, very calm, hearing them out. If you feel like you're about to have an emotional blow up, take a step away to process on your own. That's the secure way of doing things. And then, you know what? They're going to show you that they really are changing through their actions. And your heart starts opening up again, and you go back to that beautiful, loving, familial type of energy. So beautiful. Let's get some final messages from your spirit guides. Okay, so first we're going to start off with a divine feminine spirit. This is from the Divine Feminine Oracle, and it shows beautiful spirits from all over the world, not every single, but most cultures and religions, and the beautiful spirit Yemoja is coming out for you, the goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. So we're going to have a little story time, a little bedtime story for you guys. We're going to learn about her because she is one of your spirit guides, you know, and she's coming through to say, you know, use me to help you, you know, have a relationship with me. I'm introducing myself. I'm saying hello. Yemoja represents the creative force of the unconscious, the secret depths that bring the unseen into the physical realm. The African goddess Yemoja gave birth to all the 14 gods and goddesses in the Yoruba religion. She is caring and nurturing, and yet also fiercely protective and strong, with a desire to relieve her children of any struggles or sorrows. She is worshipped at the ocean or in any flowing body of water, though it is said that her true home is the Ogun River in Nigeria. She is considered to be a mermaid, whose energy, blessings, and power flows through all forms of water. I do wonder if some of you guys have mermaid spirits. That's a whole nother tangent I can go into. Like, I believe that everyone on this planet is their spirit. Your spirit is made up of kind of different spirits. Like, someone might have a lot of water energy, like elemental energy, with maybe a little bit of like cat energy or like elf energy. And I do see people with mermaid spirits quite a lot, and just very beautiful, very mystical. Anyways, she's considered to be a mermaid whose energies, blessings, and power flows through all forms of water, cleansing, renewing, inspiring, and reminding us of the limitless love we are. In Brazil and Uruguay, she is offered succulent food and gifts on tiny boats cast out to the sea from the beaches. Her worshippers ask her to give them her blessings so that their desires in the new year can manifest. She is the queen of the ocean, the ruler of the subconscious, and the creative force that allows us to translate the ineffable into art. As the mother of all, she is the energy that brings new life into the world. Beautiful. Okay, so when your soul selects her card, selects her spirit, Yemoja creates a flow where before there was a block or stagnation in our life force. Can I also just pause? I just realized that you have this beautiful spirit, Yemoja, who rules the oceans and is a mermaid, and you literally had the Ace of Water, which shows this beautiful seahorse, and then you end with the 10 of Water, which again is water element and messenger of water, this literally is a mermaid. So you have so much mermaid energy coming through here, mermaid spirit coming through so strongly. And also, I just think it's so interesting. It literally says, like, she creates flow where there once was a blockage. So, guys, if there is a certain connection, which we see here, where communication is currently blocked, send a blessing and offering to Yemoja and ask for her help in releasing any blockages, allowing flow to enter into your life, into someone else's life. Allow the healing energies of water to flow in. Okay, it might be interesting. Well, actually, I see her offering that to you. So, I mean, connect with her on that. She'll help you. When we feel uninspired or stuck in life or in a creative endeavor, from having a child to writing a book, Yemoja is the feminine essence that sets our energy back in motion. As a mermaid, she exists both in the world and in the unseen depths. She can help us dive deep down into the unconscious or into the collective unconscious and retrieve the hidden secrets or the wise pearls that we need to integrate now for our life to get flowing again. As the queen of the ocean, she baptizes us to start over. And look at that. Didn't we say that in your reading so many times? Like a fresh start, starting over. And we started off with the Ace of Water, a fresh emotional start here. Oh my gosh. Whew. Begin again right now to let everything become brand new. She encourages us to use water as a ritual, to send out our offerings to her, to bless our bodies in a warm bath, or to walk along a body of water and allow its perspective to give us the answer or blessing we seek. Yemoja wants to cleanse us of the thoughts that are holding us back. Literally clear space, cleanse. Oh my gosh, it's all connecting. Why do children calm down after a bath? Why do we feel healed and more centered after a nice long soak? Water is the element that held us in the womb. The return to our first and most primal element, the loss of gravity, the freedom of buoyancy. This allows us to release feelings or thoughts of being trapped or stuck. Yemoja reminds you to use your tail. You are not of this earth. You are of the sea. Oh my gosh, more confirmation that you have a mermaid spirit. Like within you. You are a mermaid in human form, just incarnated as a human. Okay, beautiful, beautiful spirit guide. Now we're going to get some more reading in from your ancestors, past loved ones, all that good stuff. And they say, embrace the moment. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. We're placing this card in your hand, for we can feel the negative thoughts you're having about others. Oh my gosh, as well as yourself. And look at that, guys. They're giving you this card, embrace the moment, because they feel how much negative energy you have stored up about this past person. And your past loved ones are saying, like, focus on the present. Don't let this old energy, this old resentment come in the way of something beautiful that could be unfolding right here in the present moment. Like, it's time to clear your space, clear your energy of the past, clear away this old resentment. Like, let bygones be bygones and focus on this new beginning, whatever it looks like for you. Okay, it's new beginning energy, guys. We understand that life can get you down, and all the hard work you do every day to support yourself and others can be challenging. Don't let the outside world tarnish or dilute your brilliance. Beautiful. Remember, all thoughts create reality, and the situations in your life, even thoughts, are made of energy, whether they're positive or negative. When you think a thought, your aura will amplify it with energy and put it into the universe. By monitoring your thoughts, you'll have conscious control in shaping your day as well as your future. Learn to embrace the moment. If you're having a cup of tea, just drink your tea. If you're enjoying a meal, then just eat your meal. If you're walking, then just walk. Appreciate, focus, and be in the moment of what you're doing. By doing so, you'll remain in the powerful present. And guys, that is such a blissful experience, like literally just drinking your tea, savoring it, just walking, like just really focusing on the flavor of your food. There is so much ecstasy to be found in that way of living. So I highly recommend you listen to your ancestor and spirit guides' advice there. We're going to finish off your reading with a postcard from Spirit. This is from the universe at large, your spirit team as a whole. And it says, "Dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You are stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship." Oh, I do wonder if some of you guys, there is a new relationship coming in that has you telling this story of, you know, being very resistant because you've been hurt before, okay, and being really patient with yourself and this person. They literally prove it to you. Your heart opens up. It becomes a long-term thing. So this could be reconciliation or a literal new relationship opening up. It could be both. It could be both happening simultaneously. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, Spirit. We have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. We're so proud of you. So I think one thing's for sure that ties everyone in group 3 together. There is definitely love entering your life, re-entering your life, okay? For many of you, this is a reconciliation. For others of you, you know, you've just been hurt in the past with conflict and betrayal and all that, and you are reconciling those feelings within yourself. A new love enters your life that may have you feeling weary, having your walls up because of these past experiences, but you're learning to be patient both with this person and yourself, and that is leading this person to open up and really show you and prove to you that they're great. And that leads you to opening your heart up and healing, which leads to long-term love. So your spirit guides are coming in to warn you at this time that you're going to be falling in love. You're going to be making more money in your masculine energies, being very logical, practical, step by step. Health is improving as well. Like, this is an overall phenomenal reading. But one thing for sure, love, the answers you need, communication, reconciliation, it's all coming in quite rapidly for you at this time, which is why your spirit guides wanted to come through and give you a reading to just say, hey, this is happening. We're just giving you the warning so you're not taken by surprise. And remember their advice for you. They don't want you to be in this super reactive place. Act like a monk. Process your feelings as they come up on your own, and just try your best to be very secure here, open-minded, listen to this other person. That's all. Thank you all for joining me. Like this video, comment how this resonated down below, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, And if you want a personal reading with me, spiritual life coaching, or my goddess energy intention oil, the link to all of that is in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Bye bye.